yeah, Donald Trump looks, and man, I supported him this last year. I apologize for doing so. It was a bad calculation. At the time, it seemed like the right one. But he should be impeached and removed for this one, wow. And not on some not on some ridiculous Nancy Pelosi. Of course, the Congress will never do it because they're all a bunch of corrupt hacks.
This is the one thing they support. This is
Donald Trump should be impeached and removed for this. All of his supporters should turn on him. It's the absolute betrayal of everything that he ran and campaigned on and everything that he stood for. And I will say, despite the fact that, Donald Trump supporters have been labeled like a cult following, and that certainly is true for a percentage of his supporters, he is going to lose his coalition over this. I don't just speak for myself when I say there are a lot of us who simply will not go along with this. So it's just a devastating.
He's the kind of guy that would say, hey, baby, let's get away. Let's go someplace, where I don't care.
Hey, what's up, you guys? This is WD3. This is your Hill Report News Break. Well, today, we're exploring a very, very deep thought. If you've been following anything dealing with geopolitics, United States politics, here in the last 100 years, even going back to the Spanish-American War, where William Randolph Hearst was very famously known to have created a false flag attack over in Spain, or over in Cuba, and saying that the Spanish attacked the U.S. ship. You have other examples like the USS Liberty, attacked by our own allies. You have examples like what got us into Vietnam. Later, it came out that attack never happened. You guys have been in the comment as I'm talking, it's slipping my mind. But even up until 9/11, whenever the government cannot change the subject, and this Epstein is not going away by them telling you to look the other way, it usually is a precursor for their next move. Their next move may be war, it may be false flag, terror attack. I would say right now, most of the things that they can do, the people are so desensitized to, such as a school or a mall or anything like that, that would be on the news for 2 seconds and then off. They need something that's going to completely change the subject, that's going to dominate the landscape, as 9/11 did, as Pearl Harbor did. That seems to be the next chess move. Check out these clips and we'll be right back. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe, and make sure you comment. I always comment back. I love hearing what you guys have to say. I definitely am not going to argue with your opinion. Your opinion is your opinion. This is WD3. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I wonder how much of the World Trade Center you're going to lose today. Oh my God! It just exploded.
Oh, that flew far.
Hey, welcome back, you guys. As you guys can see, I just showed you a couple clips of things that happened in the past that completely changed the national attention and a national subject. Um, should the subject even be changed at this point? We haven't gotten to the bottom of hardly anything. And, you know, if people are above the law, then they're above the law, and this proves it. But if people are not above the law, then we have a lot more work to do to dig into those files to get to the bottom of who is connected with paying Jeffrey Epstein, who is connected with socializing and contacting Jeffrey Epstein, kind of sorting out the wheat from the tares at this point. Um, you got so many people right now who feel like because their name is coming up, um, like such as Donald Trump, that he has to try to divert you, and most people are interpreting his behavior as guilty. Um, a lot of times just bringing out the facts and bringing out the files that were fully investigated by independent authorities, usually the people have to accept that. But 9 times out of 10, even when there's a law that's called into order, the people have an option to look at the law and see what their voted representatives are working on. Um, but in this case, public record being court cases, and we can't get this file because it seems to implicate a lot of people who would not otherwise want to be implicated. Some people, their reputation is what they were dealing with Epstein for. So, like Howard Stern, say his name comes up in Epstein. So what? Howard Stern's gonna be like, yeah, no problem. But if you've been going around saying, I'm going to show you the Epstein files to show you all these freaks and Democrats, and it turns out that you were in it, it's way too ironic for the people, and it's bigger than Watergate. You guys like, share, and subscribe. This is WD3 Hill Report News Break. Question of the day: do you think something like a false flag is coming? Let me know.